episode of the Blackatalyst podcast. It's me, Kyle, your host. And today we're going to be talking to a man of many talents, Hakim Dubois. So, Hakim, how you doing today?
I'm amazing. How about you?
I'm doing good. Basically, it always intrigues me when someone takes a journey into entrepreneurship and starts to pursue new ventures. So I want to know a little bit about your story. What originally interested you about pursuing entrepreneurship?
Well, I always knew since, an adolescent, since my childhood age that I wanted to somehow be the leader in my own destiny and be an entrepreneur. But as a child, you don't know everything. So I didn't know how I was going to pursue that, but I know somehow I was going to end up in this place of entrepreneurship. So, began working for many different brands, a lot of great brands that very popular. I'm not going to name any names, but very popular brands that I've worked for that I didn't see eye to eye with, which, it's, to no malice on their part. It's just that, they had their own vision and I had my own vision. And I think that one of the main characteristics that a lot of entrepreneurs have in common is that, we have very strong personalities and we have our own vision. So a lot of times entrepreneurs feel displaced and as an employee, you feel displaced, and we feel that, maybe our needs aren't being met or our vision, isn't being sought through. We don't feel that, when we're working for someone else, we don't feel that sense of inclusion, because we feel that, we have ideas that we want to see come to fruition that, it's almost near impossible when you're working for someone else that has a different vision than you. So, as I began on that journey of going from company to company, in the back of my mind, I always had that notion that, okay, I'm only here temporarily. I just need to get over the hump and soak up some game from someone who's already successful, and also at the same time make a living. So that was my whole mindset at that time. My mindset was, okay, I need this so I can learn from their mistakes and know what to do and what not to do once I launch my own venture, and also obviously make a living. And as I began to follow suit on that journey, I said, I said, I'm never going to be ready to take that leap, because you never are. You're never ready. You're never 100% ready to be an entrepreneur. No matter how equipped you are, you're never ready. So it's all about taking that leap of faith when you feel the time is right. And at a certain point in my life, I felt that it was necessary for me to just take that leap when I felt the time was ready. And at that particular time, I felt that, I'm not getting anywhere, personally and professionally, by giving these people my all, these employers my all, and I'm not getting anything out of it in return, as far as self-fulfillment and my own goals that I wanted to achieve. I couldn't achieve it within their infrastructure. So I said, you know what, let me start something of my own. And that's when I came up with the concept of having a platform, a digital and physical platform, Dekād Lifestyle. It's a magazine, but it's also a luxury lifestyle brand. We do clothing. We also do consultation. We do luxury marketing. We've done marketing for brands like Jet Smarter. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Yeah, definitely heard of them. Yeah.
Yeah, we were with them at the very beginning of their stages, before they had ambassadors like Kim Kardashian and DJ Khaled and so forth. So they had they had an idea to make private aviation available to everyone, or just about everyone, down to the middle class, because their membership is not only the 1%ers, but you have like upper middle class people that normally wouldn't be able to fly private, but for the business model that they offered, they can achieve that luxury, because you just buy a membership for the year that started very low in the beginning stages. Started only like a couple of grand, so it's like a few thousand. Like anyone working a 9-to-5 could just pay a few $1,000s, and they're on a private jet. That's why, if you notice, in the past 5 years, with my help, they made their mission accomplished, and they made private aviation available to the masses. And they, when they started, about, was it 2000 and I believe 15 or 14, something like that. But they were only in business for about 5 years. They had a quick exit, and they made a lot of money, but they also made a lot of mistakes, and which led to their exit. And I help with companies like them, and we do luxury marketing. We have the magazine, we have the clothing, and also we're now getting into film. So that was the early passion of mine.
Film,
that I had way before everything, way before the health venture with Alkaline Farms, and way before Dekād lifestyle. So that's another thing I always preach to people. Sometimes you may have many different passions, but focus on them one at a time, so you can zero in and give it your all. And then, as you begin to build, you can always use your existing brand as a stepping stone to kind of push other ventures that you may have in mind. But yeah, so just to answer your original question, I felt that it was necessary for me to start when I felt it was ready, and when I felt it was ready, it was no looking back. And I'm amazed that I was able to pull it off, using the resources that I had, which was mostly relationships. And at the beginning, very, very, very little income. It was mostly, I built Dekād lifestyle off of mostly relationships in the beginning, before I saw, anything, as far as residually. It was more so relationships. And that's really where your relationships are gold, essentially, and when you're dealing with entrepreneurship, because as they say, they'll spend very little of your money, spend everyone else's money. It's very true, but it's also, you also have to have some assets as well, and those assets, in place of money, are relationships. A lot of favors, but you have to build that value for people to actually do you those favors, because it's more of a barter. They're not, no matter what, no one's giving anything for free. Even if it's not money, they say, okay, well, all right, well, if I do this for you, what can you do for me in return? It's about building that value, and the value add that I felt that was necessary to build was a platform in a magazine. And I felt that, media is very, very important, especially, with in the Black communities. We don't really have enough media platforms representing us. A lot of times if you flick on the news, or if you got a newspaper or a magazine, a lot of the times it's mostly other brands, other communities besides us. So I feel that creating a platform of media is proved to be very, very valuable for me. I've gotten a lot of things on barter and relationships that would cost a lot of money. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I've gotten on relationships because I built a very good and respected brand. And after Dekād, I was always into health. And personally, I was always into health. And I said, you know what, like, how can I turn this into a business? You know, I've been vegan myself for 5 years, and prior to that I was vegetarian. Prior to that I was pescatarian.
I have a quick question. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Is that like a normal transition in that? I feel like most people, they go like pescatarian, then vegetarian, then vegan. Is that like normal for someone?
Yeah, I mean, I know some people that went cold turkey and just went straight from meat to vegan. That's extremely hard. That takes an immense amount of discipline to go, you know, without relapsing like that. I mean, I don't even recommend it, but I think that's from my experience of talking with other peers, I feel that that's more common transition. You know, you take baby steps. You go, okay, you may eat red meat. You say, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna eat poultry, which is like just chicken and fish and stuff like that. And then, you know, you say, okay, well, I'm not gonna eat any meat at all. I'm just gonna be pescatarian. And then I'm gonna go from pescatarian to vegetarian. And then from vegetarian to vegan, with maybe some vegetarian cheat days in between, you know. And that's, from my experience of talking with people, that's the trend. That's the more popular transition. And that's, you know, how I did it. And then, you know, there's the commercial vegan, and then there's the alkaline vegan. You know, the commercial vegan is not healthy at all, because, you know, the commercial vegan, they're eating a lot of starch, you know, a lot of mucus forming foods like breads and pastas and sugars and things like that, which there's a lot of things that are detrimental to your health that is technically vegan, you know, but doesn't mean it's healthy. You know what I mean? So an alkaline vegan, which is very different, is more of a plant-based diet on an intracellular level. You know, it's taking in of herbs and taking in of different vegetables that aren't acidic, that aren't hybrid, because you have some vegetables that are made, that are crossbreeded into, and they're not natural, or they're not an organic compound. You know, like broccoli. You know, broccoli is a hybrid. You know, you have unseeded vegetables like watermelons and grapes that are alkaline with seeds, but they're inorganic compound and they're hybrid, and they're considered acidic when they don't have any seeds, when they're you know, they're made in the lab in a sense, or, you know, they're grown without it. You know what I mean? So there's a vast difference of alkaline plant-based diet and the commercial vegan diet. Like, for instance, even the I think it was like about a year or two ago, the largest IPO was it was I think it was the year before last, or last year. It was the Beyond Meat.
Beyond Meat. Oh yeah, Beyond.
Yeah.
It's like in like Dunkin' Donuts and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, garbage. It's straight it's straight trash, man. It's not good for you at all. It's completely acidic, and it's made in a lab, and it's just not good for you. It's vegan, yeah, but it's not good for you at all. I mean, does it taste good? Yeah, but it's just not good for you. And a lot of people, they substitute you know, taste for their health, and it's like it's almost like you're lying to yourself. You're saying, okay, well, you know what? I'm tricking my own mind. Or I am vegan. I'm not eating meat. Yeah, you're not eating meat, but you might as well, if you're going to eat something just as detrimental.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I started the Alkaline Farms brand, you know, simultaneously while I'm still operating the Dekād lifestyle brand, because I wanted to start a brand that's telling the truth, that's speaking from the heart, and that's actually something that I'm exercising within my own life, you know. And I think that's the key to entrepreneurship, is when you start a brand that speaks the truth, that's true to who you are. You know what I mean? Like, if you're passionate about something, that's what you should go into business for, not really not the monetary reasons, you know, because if you go into something for monetary reasons, you might as well just go and get a 9-to-5, because, you know, you can easily, it's a lot easier. You can easily just go to school, and, you know, or if you have a connection and someone gets you a job and you can work down on Wall Street, or you can, you know, work at a firm somewhere. I mean, there's so many well-paying jobs that you can do if you're doing something just for the money. But if you're passionate about something and you start a venture on your own, it's going to be a lot of hard work. It's going to be a lot of late nights. It's going to be a lot of frustrated times where things aren't going well because it's a lot of ups and downs. But it's always rewarding in the end if you are patient and diligent and hardworking, and you're passionate about what you're doing. You're going to see results eventually. Some see it quicker than others, but you're going to see results eventually if you're learning from your mistakes, if you're doing the right things, and if you're passionate about it. You're going to eventually see the rewards. You know what I mean? And there's nothing more rewarding than seeing a baby grow. You know what I'm saying? So I just say, you know, I always preach to people that ask me, you know, what made you get into this? What made you get into that? It's because I was passionate about it. You know what I mean? I mean, that's really, there's nothing really more to it. You know, if you're an entrepreneur and you're not passionate about what you're doing, or you're halfway in, you know, you're giving it 50% or anything less than 100, then, you know, you might as well just quit. You know, you're because it becomes work at the end of the day, you know, and entrepreneurship should never be work. It should be, you know, it should always just be doing or pursuing something that you're passionate about, and that's your love that you always had, even when you were working 9 to 5, that you just couldn't stop thinking about. You know what I mean? That's really what it should be in a sense. Something that when you're working a 9 to 5, it's on your mind. You can't stop thinking about it. Okay, when I get off of work, this is what I'm working on, or this is what I'm thinking about, or this is what I plan on doing in the years to come. So that's what you should pursue. You know, something that you've always been driven about. But I'm talking too much. I'll let you ask your question. I'll let you ask your next.
I got you. So this is just kind of like a question that just came up right now, because I was just having a conversation the other day about the role that opinion should play when you're building a business. Some people say that you should stay strictly to what your vision is. Don't listen. Some people say you should tailor to the opinions of like the consumer maybe, or like people who are around you saying maybe you should take it in this direction or that direction. What would you say your view on that is?
Well, I always say it depends on your it depends on who's giving you that opinion. If you're giving that, the customer's always right. So if someone's giving you that opinion and they're a valued customer, not just someone who just came and just bought one product, you know, they're a valued customer, and they're giving you some opinion in the direction that your business should go, or some type of feedback, you know, you should definitely assess that opinion and see if there's value in that. And if you do see some value in that, you should go back and thank that person and say, hey, you know what I did is make that assessment, and you know what, you're completely right. You know, I'll make those changes. And also, oh, are you there? Someone just tried to call me. Did it interrupt?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. So you should, you know, if it's a friend or family member, you should also look back and say, okay, well, do I value the opinion of this person? And if you do, you should, again, make that assessment and see if those changes or if their suggestions make any sense. But, you know, you should never turn down, you should never turn down the feedback that someone is giving you, whether they're a customer or whether they're a family member or whether they're a friend. You should always be willing to be humble and be open-minded, and if someone's giving you some type of advice or some type of opinion, you know, the smartest person has the biggest ears. You know what I mean? It's not the biggest mouth, but the biggest ears. You know, like, you're willing to take in information and not just believe everything anyone says, but willing to assess everything everyone says and take it into consideration, because, you know, you don't know everything, and you know, you're only one body. You can't really see what's going, you know, you can't see everything. You know, someone can see something that you may not be able to see, you know. So you know, I don't know if that answers your question, but
no, it definitely did. I definitely did. So I know travel plays a large part in your venture with Alkaline Farms. Can you talk a little bit about how much travel means? I know you travel a lot, so I just want to know about that.
Yeah, I travel a whole lot, man. I have some products here for you, some samples that I wanted to show you.
Of course.
Yeah, I travel a lot, and uh, how we source our products of Alkaline Farms. You know, we have a family farm in Antigua,
Mm-hmm.
but we also have friends that and that are there now are turning into employees that go and source one of the things I'm going to show you now, which is our Cmos. So first I'll show you what I have. I just want to show, because I want you to show the difference. So here, right here, is fake Cmos, right? The reason why I want to show this is because it's being distributed in mass amounts, and it's really no good. You know, this is like plastic. You know, when you burn it, you can smell it. Smell it. You know, this is. I don't know if I'm gonna even open the bag. This is fake Cmos.
That's honestly what I thought Cmos looked like. I won't lie to you.
Say it again.
That's honestly what I thought Cmos looked like.
It looks similar, but I'm gonna show you the real one. And that's why it could be sold so cheap. People go and sell it, sold for $1 some places, $2 some places. But now, so here's the real deal. You see the difference?
Yeah, by far. Yeah.
You see, it almost looks like nerves.
Yeah.
Within your body, because that's what it is. We're made of the earth. We're made of the earth, so we should only consume the earth. You know, we shouldn't consume other beings. You know, not to be preachy, but you know, we shouldn't consume other beings. We can consume the earth. Like a lot of the things that we consume that are natural, it looks like our anatomy. You know, this is raw Cmos from St. Lucia. This is St. Lucian Cmos. This is Cmos from Barbuda, which is the sister island of Antigua. And you could see.
You could definitely see the difference easily. Yeah.
Easily. And then now, you know, I also have Cmos from Grenada, which is where Dr. Sebi spent a lot of time. You see the different colors and the different. You see, even though
it looks more rich.
Exactly. Even though it has different colors, it still keeps the same anatomy, the same you know, molecular form, you know. And you know, so we source all over the Caribbean, but mainly in Antigua and Barbuda. But you know, we source all over, from St. Lucia to Grenada to Antigua, which we were out of. We actually have to restock. Antigua has the purple Cmos, you know. But yeah, and we soak it. You know, we soak it in water for 24 hours, and then put it in a blender and turn it into a gel. So this is the gel here, Alkaline Farms gel.
Gotcha.
Cmos gel. You see how it's thick?
Yeah.
It turns into a thick. This is the Cmos gel, and you consume that daily. You take about 2 tablespoons per cup, and you can put it in your smoothie, you can put it in your juice, or you can put it in your tea, or you can put it in your porridge. You can put it just about anything. And the cool thing about the Cmos is that it has 92 minerals of the essential 102 minerals that your body needs. You know, your body's made up of 102 minerals, from gold, copper, manganese, magnesium, iron, you know, collagen. I can go on forever, but you know, you get it. So this has 92 of those, along with Bladerac. That's what we'll be selling that pretty soon as well. We'll have that available as well. Bladerac gives you the other 10 minerals, but you know, it's not. This is nature's daily vitamin right here. This is you know, those vitamins that they tell you should take is made up in the lab. Again, it's not healthy. You know, you get everything you need right there. You know, Cmos really is like, it covers everything, from your libido, your sex drive, to builds your immune system, to, helps digestion. I mean, I can go on forever. It does what they say a daily vitamin is supposed to do, and more, and way more. And also it's used for beauty purposes as well. You can use it as a facial mask. You can put it on your face for about 15, 20 minutes, let it dry up, and then rinse off with cold water. And then after you finish cleansing, then you should be using a toner, which is a facial toner, which is it balances your pH and also removes dirt, makeup for the women. It cleans and prevents acne. And nature's toner is rose water, which we carry right here.
Mm. Gotcha.
So we only use alkaline water in roses, and then we leave the rose petals inside.
Gotcha.
So the rose water, you put that, you spray that, it sprays on so nicely. It's like a mist,
Mm.
And you use that after you wash your face. You use the toner, which tightens your pores, also gives you the glow, tightens your pores, and it also removes dirt and prevents acne. And after that, after you wash and after you use a toner, you then use a moisturizer, which we will be coming out with soon. It's not available yet, but we're already working on the formula, and it's gonna be amazing. We're reaching out to sources in Africa for that. We're gonna mix it up with some shea butter. We're gonna have some lemongrass, which gives a nice aura of smell, natural fragrance, and you'll see. You just have to wait on that and be patient. But we'll have the moisturizer available as well. And you should be also taking, aside from taking Cmos, you should be taking the alkaline herbs, which can you see the ingredients?
Nah, it's too small. Nah, I still can't see it. Can you read it off?
Oh, okay, I can read it off to you. But this is how it looks packaged, and it's available on our website. So it's everything's organic, because that's what you can see when you go to our Instagram or you go to our website. You see videos of even myself going out on the farm and picking the nettle, the moringa, the dandelion, the cerasee, the neem, and the lemongrass, which it's a bag of what we call mixed healing herbs. It's healing herbs, and what it does is it strengthens your immune system, purifies your blood, cleans your skin, improves brain function, your nervous system, your lymphatic system, your immune system. It's really essentially for everything. You get everything in here. It definitely builds up your immune system. So that way you're basically, if you follow the alkaline diet and the alkaline diet, not the commercial vegan diet, and you take these herbs and you take the sea vegetables like the Cmos every day, and you drink plenty of warm water, you essentially should never get sick. You know what I mean? So so it's really been a passion of mine that's come to fruition, and I'm glad it's not a nonprofit, but I'm marketing it like a nonprofit, because it is a philanthropic business. It's giving back. It's teaching people about real health, not what the CDC says, not to discredit them or bash them or anything like that. I don't want to get in trouble. But but a lot of what we've been taught, has been false information, because like I said earlier, not to reiterate, a lot of people start businesses for monetary gain, and not really for the purpose of a passion or a purpose of giving back. This stuff right here is nature. Is what we should be consuming every day, because it's really what we're made of. Like, we're made of this stuff. We're made of plants. We're made of vegetables. We're made of the earth. We're not made of another species. We are a species. but we're made up of the earth, of what grows in the earth. You know, this is a sea vegetable that grows at the bottom of the sea, and our body is made up of 90% water. So we should be consuming a sea vegetable, and we also should be consuming a land vegetable, which just grows on land. So we should be consuming both of those, along with fruits, along with spices, along with legumes, some nuts, seeds, and things like that, because that's what we're compromised of. That's what we're composed of. We're composed of sea vegetables, land vegetables, plants, seeds, spices, and herbs. We should be consuming that on a daily basis. You know what I mean? And also, we should also be fasting, because, you know, we do have cheat days. You know, we are human. You know what I mean? So we should be fasting every now and then. Every few months, I go on a like a 3-day fast. And what I mean by that is like a literal fast, not the fast of what like you see some people do, is like intermittent fasting, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which, you know, I'm talking about completely no food at all, just Cmos and water. That's all I have. I would have for 3 days just to start a recycle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like start from scratch again, to where you know, once you fast, what your body does is your digestive system begins to relax. That's why when people market laxatives, they say it's laxatives, because that's what they mean. Your digestive system, your intestines are now not so tight. Mm-hmm. They're very relaxed, and mm-hmm. once it begins to relax, everything comes out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? All your toxins and all your bowel movement begins to come out, and you can start over again from scratch. You know what I mean? That's why I say drink plenty of water when you're fasting, because you'll just be fasting for no reason if you're not flushing everything out. You know, so you should be doing that every 3 months or so. You know, some people do it once a year, but you know, I say every 3 months. Every three months you can fast for maybe 3 days, and you know, but intermittent fasting is good as well if you're doing that in the interim. You know, some people want to intermittent fast. You know, they want to. For those who don't know what that is, you know, it's basically not eating from 12 to 12, from like 12 midnight to 12 noon, you're not eating. Mm-hmm. And then from, you know, 12 noon, you're eating, and you're having your last meal at like 8 o'clock, actually. So that's really what it is. It's from 8 p.m. to 8 p.m. in the evening to 12 noon the next day. So really, essentially, the only time you will be eating is from 12 noon to 8 p.m., which is, you know, I've tried that as well. That works really well. It's good detoxing as you go about your normal every day. You know, you can do it. I mean, fasting you can only do for so many days, but intermittent fasting you can do that can be your normal diet. You can do that as long as you need to, and you can still survive. It's cool because it's you can detox a little by little every day, as opposed to once or twice a year or every 3 months. And it also is good in weight loss. You know, I've seen, after the holidays, and you get that 1 or 2 pound extra that you don't want, and you do some intermittent fasting, and you back to your 6-pack. You know, so
hey,
yeah. So yeah. So where are we in terms of questions?
So I want to know, do you have a plan to like mix your original passion, which was media, with the Alkaline Farms journey? Because I feel like it's a great mission, and most people are very uneducated about how to take care of themselves. So
no, definitely. I definitely I'm working on a project now it's not on Alkaline Farms. I'm going to answer that question, but I'm working on a project. I'm sure you've seen the trailer for this pandemic that we're going through. I'm actually editing the full version, and I plan to release in about a week on that. And then after that, I do plan on. It's funny you mentioned that. I do plan on working on a documentary on health, you know, on the alkaline diet. So it's, you know, I don't want to give away too much on that, but I am gonna make it very entertaining and very fun, because a lot of times, if you want to reach a certain audience, it has to be entertaining as well as informative. because a lot of if someone's not really passionate about something, to get a new follower or a new fan or a new customer, you have to open their mind in a different way. You know, sometimes things have to be entertaining. Like we've all had times in school where we had that one teacher that was really good at being informative and also interesting as well. You know what I'm saying? You know, it doesn't come that often in grade school. You know, a lot of times growing up, you're like, man, this is so boring. And a lot of times informative information, if you're not interested in it, can be boring. If you are interested in it, then it's amazing. It doesn't have to be entertaining at all. You just want to be a sponge, as you said earlier. You want to soak it all up. But to build an audience and you know, and expand media and putting it in a visual, having visual aids in a form of documentary or even a short film is a lot more entertaining, and it's still informative, and you can gain a new audience of someone that normally may not even been interested in health or in a plant-based diet, but you just opened their mind because you made it interesting, you made it entertaining. So yes, I definitely am going in that direction as well with and that will be actually a collaborative effort between the two brands of Dekād Lifestyle, the media company and the platform, and Alkaline Farms, the health brand. So that will be the collaboration between the two brands when you know, I plan on probably doing that this summer.
Gotcha. Where do you see Alkaline Farms in the next like 3 to 5 years?
In the next 3 to 5 years, I plan on expanding and being the supplier for a lot of, because I see right now where it's going, the future right now, especially with this pandemic. I mean, Dr. Sebi opened up our eyes. You know, I've been studying this, I've been studying this alkaline diet for over 10 years, even before I was even when I was eating meat. You know, I was studying this diet for a long time. But Dr. Sebi opened up a lot of our minds, and it's been put out on the horizon even more now that this pandemic has occurred. A lot of people want to go into health professionally, even. You know, you see a lot of small businesses coming up out of nowhere. You know, big data is listening to us right now. So that allows me to see so many businesses, because obviously, you know, this is my business, so I'm always talking about it. So when you talk about it, you know, big data grabs that information and sells it to a lot of people that want to put out ads. So I see so many ads just pop up in my phone for Cmos. I mean, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ads that pop up for Cmos and for herbs and stuff like that. So I see it getting, I don't see it slowing down anytime soon. I see it doing the opposite and sprouting up and getting even bigger. So the future is looking pretty bright. I see a lot of people, not even just here, different urban communities all over the world, from you know, Africa to Asia to Europe, just all over the place, doing you know, selling Cmos and herbs and alkaline products. So where I see Alkaline Farms is moving from not only just being direct to consumer, but also from just being a supplier to small businesses and growing bigger than direct to consumer, just being a supplier to all of the small businesses, and also also moving in the tech direction as well. I don't want to speak too prematurely, but you know, we definitely plan on moving in that direction as well.
I got you. I think that you're well positioned too, because even with this documentary that I feel like Nick Cannon is working on, is going to cover a lot of topics that Dr. Sebi touched on. And then once that documentary is finished and more eyes and more people are awakened, it's going to put you perfectly positioned to be able to supply the millions of people that are going to want CMOS after that. So that's a very, very smart move on your part.
Definitely, man. Definitely. It's a lot easier to be, the supplier than it is to just, direct to consumer. Obviously, it's a lot easier and obviously way more lucrative.
Yeah.
To sell wholesale and be than to sell retail. But right now it's a fun journey doing it retail, because you get to build the relationships and be informative to consumers that are asking a lot of questions. Because a lot of times people feel, even myself as a consumer, and noticing that a lot of businesses, some businesses, but a lot of businesses don't have that close relationship where you can go and ask them some questions and they're giving you great feedback on what this is and what it does and okay, how should I use it and how should I do. A lot of people don't do enough of that. So this journey of being direct to consumer is still a good journey. But ultimately, as the question you asked, I want to transition into wholesale and selling to the small businesses themselves, and they can all take the position that I'm doing now. But it's about the process, like as a lot of people say, trust the process and enjoy the process. Because if you're not enjoying it and trusting it, then you're not really having a good time and you're not really passionate.
I got you. In conclusion, right now, where can people find you? Where can they follow you? Where can they get Alkaline Farms products?
Well, Alkaline Farms, as you can see here. Can you see the label?
Yeah.
Yeah, Alkaline Farms is spelled correctly.
Mm-hmm.
You can follow Alkaline Farms on Instagram, and then we also have a website, www.alkalinefarms.com.
Gotcha.
And we'll also be doing pretty soon. We'll be working on a YouTube where we'll be giving tutorials and different ways of using Cmos and different ways of using the herbs, the healing herbs, and we'll be having new products as well. We'll be having new products. We're also in the going to be moving in the cannabis space, very soon, as we've shown on our Instagram page that we have some cannabis products. We're going to be having some CBD edibles and also some CBD products as well. And the beauty products, as you say, we can use the Cmos as a facial, but the toner, we have the toner. We'll be doing a follow-up to the toner. We'll be having a moisturizer very, very soon that we'll be launching. And just stay in touch with us as we grow, because it's a cool process to grow with, the day ones, the day one customers, the day one family. I call them a family, because we also started a virtual members only club for the holistic lifestyle enthusiasts, which is on the Telegram platform. The reason why we chose Telegram over WhatsApp or any other platform is because they have larger bandwidth. You can have 200,000 members. Not that we plan to have that many. We want to keep it very family oriented, but WhatsApp has about 256 cap on the group, on a group chat. Telegram has unlimited, just about 200,000. I would consider that unlimited bandwidth when it comes to membership. But we started that about a week ago, just almost as a give back to our community, because it's a community. So it's a virtual club, and we can, that way, on a daily basis, we can answer questions, we can give tips, and you can we can also show our diet and show our family, because what we want to call them, show them how what we're eating. We're giving different recipes, we're giving seminars, webinars. It's also a way to communicate to the loyal customers and let them know, hey, listen, we're going to be going live, giving some very great informative information. You know, so it's just a way to connect and keep in touch with everyone. So, you know, if you want the link for that, you can DM me either on my personal Instagram page, which is I am Mr. New York. I am Mr. spelled all the way out. Mister, New York spelled all the way out. And you can DM me on my personal brand, or you can just DM the business professional page, the Alkaline Farms brand, and I'll give you the link and you can join, and we can show you how to transition to becoming vegan. Or if you're already vegan, we can give you some great recipes and show you when we're going live and things like that.
Gotcha. I want to thank you so much, man, for this. It was very informative, and I know a lot of people are going to be able to get great takeaways on how to take better care of themselves, their body. And hopefully I could get some people. I'm definitely going to tell everybody about Alkaline Farms, so hopefully that could drive some business to you.
Thank you, man.
Everybody, if you're tuning into the Blackatalyst podcast, don't forget, follow Blackatalyst on all social media. I will leave the link below.